Hi, St. Peter's friends, it's Amy. It's week 8 already of our Illustrated Compassion, Learning to Love Like God. And we remember that compassion literally means to suffer together. It's the feeling that arises when you're confronted with someone's suffering and you're motivated to do something to help. So it's more of an action word. It's love in action. And as usual, we're going to tend to our lilies, and Fiona's going to help me water right now. Look at the friends, we have some flowers on our calla lilies, our lilies of compassion. Fiona's here to help me water. Say hi, Fiona.
Hi.
All right, let's turn on the water. Okay, hold it. There we go. Watering our lilies. Woo. Little surge there. Wow. Okay. Maybe that's enough. Thank you, Fiona. And look, I even found a purple one back here. Very exciting. Okay. Wonderful to see those flowers growing. Very exciting. So now we're going to do our metta practice like we always do. And remember, metta means loving kindness. Hands on our hearts. And repeat after me. We start with ourselves and then move on to other people and the world. So first ourselves. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be safe from inner and outer dangers. May I be well in body and mind. May I be at ease and happy. Now think of someone you care about, or a group of people that you want to hold in your heart today. And repeat after me. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be safe from inner and outer dangers. May you be well in body and mind. May you be at ease and happy. And last, we try to picture everyone and everything in the world and send out our loving kindness to them. May all be filled with loving kindness. May all be safe from inner and outer dangers. May all be well in body and mind. May all be at ease and happy. Amen. Thank you for practicing with me. Today's story is from the New Testament again. It's from John, chapter 5, verse 1 to 9. At a festival the Jewish people were observing, Jesus went up to Jerusalem. In that city by the sheep gate, there is a pool. Its Hebrew name is Bethesda, which has 5 entry spaces. People who are blind or very sick or who cannot move gather in these spaces. One man was there who had been there for almost 40 years and very sick. Jesus saw him lying there and he knew he had been there a long time. Jesus said to the man, "Do you want to be made well?" The man explained, "Sir, I'm alone. There is no one who will put me into the pool when the healing water is stirred up. And when I try to go there on my own, I'm too slow. Someone always steps in front of me." Jesus said to him, "Stand up, grab your mat, and walk." The man did what Jesus said, and he could. He was healed. This happened on a Sabbath day. So this story happens on the day of a Jewish festival, and also on the Sabbath, which is the religious day of rest. For us, it's on Sunday, but in Judaism, it's on Saturday. There were a lot of rules that Jesus, as a Jew, should have been following that day, and probably a lot of expectations from his friends and family to be at that festival with them. But Jesus chose to go to a set of pools called Bethesda, a place where people came because they believed that the water would heal them. Bethesda in Hebrew means house of mercy or house of grace. But it can also mean shame or disgrace. And it was probably a bit of both. Probably many people avoided this place because of the people who visited, who were unwell. And probably people might have been afraid that they would get sick if they would go there. It was believed that if you were the first person in the water after it had been stirred up, then you would be healed. And since the man in the story was paralyzed and alone, he could not get in by himself for the healing. But instead of helping the man into the pool, as the man seemed to be asking Jesus, Jesus healed him in a different way. He simply told him to stand up, grab his mat, and walk. So Jesus was going against the idea that the water could cure the man. And he was also breaking Sabbath rules by healing someone on the Sabbath and by telling someone to pick up his mat, because carrying a mat on the Sabbath was also not allowed. Jesus was not only breaking the rules, but making it obvious that he was doing so, because people stopped the man who was carrying his mat, and they said, "You're not supposed to be doing that." And he said, "Well, Jesus told me to do it." So he was drawing attention to himself in that way. And I think he was trying to show people not to hold too tightly to the rules, that while the rules are important, they are not more important than showing compassion to those who are in pain and suffering. This story makes me think of a hospital in Toronto. And a hospital right now might feel a bit like the pools of Bethesda, somewhere you might be afraid to go because of all the sick people. In this hospital, and probably many others, they are breaking certain rules in order to help more people recover from COVID-19. There were ICU beds that were sitting empty. And ICU means intensive care unit. It's the place where most of the COVID patients go and where people are very sick there. These beds were sitting empty because they didn't have enough ICU nurses to tend to the people in them. An ICU nurse only tends to one patient at a time. They're very specialized. So they just didn't have enough staff. Also in this hospital, there were many surgeons and anesthetists. Those are doctors that put you to sleep. They weren't working because of canceled surgeries that were non-essential, non-emergency. So, at the hospital, they decided to train these doctors to become nurses so that they could treat more people with COVID. These doctors had compassion for the patients and wanted to help, even if it meant breaking the rules of how things normally go. They volunteered to train for a few days and learn the job quickly, and then they started working the best they could. They are helping to heal people as Jesus did in our story. Imperfectly, not exactly according to the rules, but with great compassion. And let's have a prayer before we go. Dear God, thank you for our story today and helping us to think about what rules are really important. Help us to be compassionate and caring, even if we feel pressured by rules or by those around us not to be. Teach us how to listen to your guidance in our lives above all other voices. Amen.